Welcome to another exciting and elucidating episode of the OmniTalk Ask an Expert series. I am one of your co-hosts for today's interview, Chris Walton.
And I'm Ann Mazinga.
And we are the founders of OmniTalk, the fast-growing retail media organization that is all about the companies, the technologies, and the people that are coming together to shape the future of retail. And to say I'm excited about the next half hour does not even begin to do our guest justice.
No way.
Not in the slightest. I have known her for years. We've both known her for years, actually. We've interviewed her numerous times on stages, at conferences. We've interviewed her together at NRF, and now she's back. And so It is with great pleasure that I introduce Anshu Bhardwaj, the Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer at Walmart Global Technology and Walmart Commerce Technologies, to our program. Anshu, welcome back to OmniTalk.
Bum, 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 bum. Thank you.
I love she comes with her own intro music. It's perfect.
I know. I felt like I needed that after Chris hyped me up so much. I needed like a musical entry.
Yes, I know. Ultimate hype man.
Yeah. How many times have we talked to you either on stage or on this show? It's got to be at least 3 or 4, right?
Oh, at least. And then, off stage. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've known you guys forever. Almost since you've known me since Walmart Commerce Tech was my baby. And I've known you guys since OmniTalk has been your baby.
Yeah.
That's right.
I had a baby too in the meantime.
Yes, that's true.
That's right.
All
that's
of us.
Right.
Yes. So many babies being born.
So many babies.
Lots of babies. And both of them are still our babies, really. Your babies never are not your babies when you think about it. So, all right. Well, to get to the program, to get the show going, I can't wait to dig in and hear about Walmart Commerce Technology specifically. And I want to say right at the outset that we will be at Shop Talk Europe at the beginning of June 3rd through the 5th, for those keeping score at home, broadcasting all of our interviews from the conference live from the Walmart Commerce Technologies booth. So if you're at the show, stop by and see us. I mean, Ann, what is cooler than that? I can't think of anything cooler than that. I can't wait for that. That conference is going to be off the hook. It's in Barcelona too. I should have mentioned that. So all our European fans, come on by and say hello.
Yes, doesn't matter where you're from, Europe or around the globe, you're going to want to hear from the guests that we are getting lined up for that, and certainly to talk to the team at Walmart Commerce Technologies. But before we get started, I just want to give a quick reminder to those of you who are joining us live right now on LinkedIn. Please make sure that you can ask your questions of the Walmart team at any time during our session today in the window to the right of your screen. We'll try to get to all of those throughout the conversation. Now, Anshu, we know you very well, but we've had you on our program for several times. But for those who don't know you and don't know what you've been up to, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of your leadership journey at Walmart.
I'm not as cool of a Minnesota girl as you both are, but
wait a second.
Hey, no, I mean, with all due respect, thank you for having me. This is absolutely always a delight. And I'm so glad that I'm actually able to share with you a little bit more in detail what I've been up to, especially since the last time maybe 2 times ago, Ann and Chris, when we talked at NRF, and that's when I was introing, I was just still noodling on Walmart Commerce Tech back then. So it's absolutely amazing to be back here to be talking about this, something which is already, it's got legs now. Right. So what I've been up to, I've been at Walmart now 14 and a half years. And I was just born here, born here to be here. And as a leader of the global tech operations and strategy and partnerships team, it's been quite a ride. There has been so much investment that's happened overall in technology that actually boosts all of the transformation that is happening at Walmart, obviously in partnership with the product and the business teams. And I'm so glad that I have this front and center stage view to the world and how the world is changing around us. So for me, that's kind of been like a very motivating factor, especially as I think about Walmart Commerce Tech, because when I think about the investment that Walmart has made in deepening the customer relationship, a lot of it has been because of the technology that's flowing underneath the hood. That's been the wild ride in the last 4 years. That's changed since you and I last chatted. And yeah, they're looking good so far, looking good and strong.
All right, so let's get right to it then. So explain for the audience, what exactly is Walmart Commerce Technologies? We've said that phrase a few times already. What is it and how did it come to be? Like, what's the origin story here? Like, because it sounds like you've been with it from the beginning. So give us the whole kit and caboodle about what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely been not just from the beginning, Chris. This is something which kind of is my brainchild. I like to call myself the founder of Walmart Commerce Tech because, being founder is cool.
Yeah, it
But
is.
yeah, right. And it's even cooler when you're the world's largest company and you're founding a SaaS business, no
Right.
less. And the company is supporting you as you're doing that, right? It's like a triple whammy from all across. But yeah, so this kind of essentially started, I would say, in somewhere around 2017, 2018 as an idea.
Okay.
And I was at Sam's YBM, which is our year beginning meeting, and I had just won
Mm.
this award called the Blue Coat Award. And as one of the perks of the award, you get a really cool jacket. I should have remembered to wear that today, but I didn't. But in addition to that cool jacket, you actually get to sit for lunch with the CEO of the company, which is
Oh.
Jack McMillan. And he was sitting at my table and, we were chit-chatting about things. And he was saying how the retail P&L is evolving and how we have such amazing assets. And he really wished we could help the communities that we operate in. And I was like, awesome, and kind of left it to the side. And fast forward 2 years after that incident, as I was taking on this new role with Walmart Global Tech, I was like, wait a minute. I am sitting with the CTO of Walmart US. I have access to all this amazing technology. I know that Doug is super passionate about helping all stakeholders, not shareholders is one part of stakeholders. You have
Mm-hmm.
associates, you have customers, you have communities, you have suppliers, and everything else. So then as I was noodling through it, I was like, technology is powering everything, and especially all the transformation we're seeing at Walmart. Tech has a big hand to play in that.
Mhm.
How cool would it be if I could take that and help our customers by helping other retailers take advantage of our tech? So that's how this idea of a software as a service business was born. And we basically said, we've been investing in tech over the last decade. So let's figure out a way in which other retailers can benefit from this whole investment. And can we create an open retail ecosystem for everybody to participate in? So that's how this all started. And of course, then we put the team together and, the rest is history.
Okay, wait. So first of all, like having a founder in one of the biggest companies in the world is you're kind of a needle in a being a founder, you're kind of a needle in a stack of needles. So that's one thing I want to say. So congrats on that. But like, was it really that blasé? Like, I mean, I'm curious because I have no idea what the culture of Walmart's like. I've never worked there, and I've never worked there. So like, was it just like that simple to get it going, or what? Like, or was there more to it than that, like in terms of what it took to actually get it off the ground? If you could talk about that a little bit, we'd love that perspective.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, when you recount a story, it's always rosy, right? It's always absolutely fun and things just happen as you snap. So, of course,
Right.
yeah, it wasn't like that. However, I will speak to the culture. I think from a cultural standpoint, Walmart is extremely open, always willing to take a risk. And Chris, you've seen our journey, right? Like first time when you and I chatted was about Scan and Go. And that was
Yeah.
something that at that time was industry leading, and people were like, you're doing what? And customers will be able to check out and nobody will assist them. And, this is something they'll just do on their own. And guess what? They're liking it. So I think we've always been at that cutting edge of taking risks and driving innovation. Technology happens to be in that big
Mhm.
mix, sorry. So I think from my standpoint, the company culture is such that it's very encouraging. If you have an idea and if you think you can make that idea a big idea and you can make sure that this is something that customers will love, I think the company is very open to it. So I don't think at any given point in time, there has been no resistance. Everybody has been super, super supportive, very supportive. And it's always like, let's continue investing, learning, seeing where this takes us. And then to the second part, it's been a long journey of setting up the team, finding the right folks, finding the right product to go to market with. Because as you can imagine, we have so many products to choose from, but we want to be very thoughtful about what is it that will resonate in the market. So whether it is the first product we launched, which was Store Assist, or the second product we announced, which was Route Optimization, we want to make sure that we are giving the retail customers what they are looking for, that will make a big impact to their bottom line and their top line. So we're very thoughtful about what we are picking. And therefore, as we are now accelerating towards new product launches, the first, couple of years, I would say, was really rooted in identifying the right product, making sure that we do it in the right way, making sure that there is a product market fit, because I just don't want to build a product and throw it out there, right? We want to make sure that customers actually want it. So that's how the first few years have been.
Well, Anshu, when you were talking about sitting at that table with Doug McMillan, something occurred to me because it was kind of unique that he's saying we want to help other retailers in the space. I think like as consumers of the shopping centers, whether it's Walmart or it's other communities that Walmart's in, I guess I don't think right away of other retailers wanting to get technology from a massive retailer like Walmart. And so I think it's really interesting that you kind of started with this store assist and route optimization, especially. Can you tell us a little bit, like, why was founding something like this the right move for Walmart and the right move for other retailers in the community? And then I'm curious kind of how Walmart Commerce Technology really sees itself as a leader in this SaaS space and the offerings it's giving these other retailers.
Yeah, for sure. I do want to clarify. Doug did not say the retailer part. He was mainly interested in stakeholders.
Stakeholders alone. Okay. Okay. Got it.
You took it there, right? That's the takeaway, right? It's like you pitched this idea to him,
but I want to make sure that I don't attribute this to.
Thank you for clarifying. That's great.
Absolutely.
But that's an important concept, though, because Anna and I have long. I want to touch on this too, because Anna and I have long espoused like the idea of there are many retailers that could sell their tech to others should they desire it, and you took it upon yourself to be like, hey, let's go and make this happen. And so that's the cool part of this story here. But sorry, I just want to make sure I emphasize that, and then let's get back to it.
No, thanks, Chris. Great question, Anne. I think having the desire, having the capability is one thing. And then also, I will say all of these coming together is a completely separate thing. So it's a big combination of the offering you have, the team that you're building, how you're going to market. But I do think you asked the question of, why do we see ourselves as a SaaS leader in this space?
Yeah.
The software as a service for a retailer to provide to other retailers or other, companies is a completely different ballgame. Mm-hmm. But I think 4 key things, if I were to boil it down, the first one is we as a company are very customer centric. And if I take that a step further, for me in the B2B space, in the B2B SaaS space, the retailer is also a customer. Mm-hmm. So it's in our DNA to be customer centric. The second one is, as I mentioned, Doug is really focused on stakeholder value, and all the investments that we are making in wages, I'm sure you guys have followed in the last decade, we have steadily increased our wage investments for store associates. We've also invested in career pathing, in, developing your knowledge and skills. So we are also very much into that stakeholder empowerment. And as a part of stakeholders, because we operate in the communities that we are running our stores in, local businesses are a part of that community. So that's the second thing. The third thing I think is collaborative innovation. At the end of the day, we are the world's largest retailer, mm-hmm. and great ideas are coming from everywhere. So for us, the ability to take those ideas and put them into action is something that is, I guess it's not just unique to Walmart though, I guess everybody can do it. But for us, that culture of collaboration, that culture of risk taking, that culture of being open to trying different things is definitely at the root cause of what's causing so much innovation to happen within the company. And then finally, the fourth thing, at the end of the day, all this needs investment. Mm-hmm. And I'm so forever grateful that the company is investing in technology the way it is, because it's really, truly powering a lot of what we are seeing today, not just on the Walmart Commerce Tech side, but also on Walmart, Walmart US, Sam's Club, Walmart International. So I think these 4 things coming together kind of creates this secret sauce for us, mm-hmm. Because ultimately we are born and brought up in retail. We understand retail probably as good or even better than anybody else. So who better to provide you with these specific solutions that are such pain points that you probably knew existed or you didn't know existed?
Right.
Who better than Walmart to provide you with those?
Right. And
So
they
that's
just don't, those brands just don't have the experience or the ability to pressure test with 4,600 stores either,
right.
you know, like you have this tried and true method.
Actually, you've touched upon a really, really important point, and which I completely failed to mention. Big miss. So, any tech that we're taking to market is running at scale at Walmart.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm not just throwing something over the
Right.
fence and saying, hey, XYZ, can you try this? No, we have it running for all our 4,600 stores in certain situations around the globe. We've
Right.
tested it, we've tested the edge cases, the use cases, all of it, and then we basically packaging it as a solution externally.
And that's a really, really important point, because when you talk about retailing is still predominantly physical. And so knowing how technology is going to work and operate inside of a store environment is absolutely critical and so differentiating when you get right down to it. So, all right, well, let's get to brass tacks then. This is my favorite part of the discussion. At least I think it's going to be. So what's in the product portfolio? Anne mentioned Store Assist. She mentioned route optimization. What are those specifically? If you could touch on those and explain those for the audience.
Yeah, for sure. As a customer, when you go to a website and you order something online and you expect to pick it up in the store the same day, the next day, whenever, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to say, but the tech behind that is fairly complex.
You mean it
That's the
doesn't just
first.
appear at our doorstep, Anshu?
I wish, right? Wouldn't it be magical? Like you're in Disneyland and it just appears like the Disney genie is bringing you
Right.
everything on a tray.
Right.
But maybe it will by drone pretty soon, Anshu. I
Right.
don't know.
I know.
I don't know
I
how
was
far away
thinking.
we are from that,
I like
especially with
that.
Walmart, gosh,
I
with
like
everything
that.
you
I
got
like where
going
you're
on,
going.
right?
Yeah, I like it. I like where you're going. I think that can probably, be added to our list of future products, fully
Mm-hmm.
integrated
Mm-hmm.
drone solution with Store
Mm-hmm.
Assist.
That's right.
Yeah, but the first one, which is Store Assist, it's basically a store fulfillment app. In boring terms, it's a store fulfillment app that will help a retailer turn their store into a micro fulfillment center.
So
And
cool.
what it really does is it basically empowers the retailers to support multiple fulfillment models. So, you can easily buy online, pick up in store. It helps you streamline operations because now you can drive efficiency by optimizing the employee workflow of which product to pick from which aisle at what cadence. So think about it. If you're a large store that has 100,000 SKUs and you're trying to optimize for a big basket of picking, then you don't continuously have to go from aisle A to C to 7 to A again, right? We'll do all of that optimization in the store system. It obviously enhances the customer experience because now you've elevated the customer experience by offering a convenient fulfillment option that didn't exist before. And then finally, the most important thing in this is inventory optimization and utilization. Because if you are offering something online to be picked up in a store, you want to be sure that you have it in inventory in that particular store. And the Store Assist app will help you maximize the utilization of store inventory so that you're able to fulfill those online orders. So that's the first product, which is Store Assist. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Anshu, I'm curious too, because for the retailers listening, they're like, okay, this is interesting. Like, I'd love to maybe, reach out to you guys and talk to you about doing this in my organization. Is there anything that they have to bring to the table, or any characteristics of the retailer that they need to have in place to make sure that they can work with you to be successful? Like, is there anything in that realm that people should be aware of?
I think the only basic true requirement is to have some sort of an app that's working that can ingest everything that we
Okay.
are offering. And then the second thing is having an inventory management system that actually is robust, because ultimately this is an inventory play. But other than that, if you check out the demo that we have at the booth, you'll see it is such an easy to follow flow. And it's such an intuitive experience that once you put this in your store, it's super easy for employees to take this on. And there's minimal training needed. In fact, when we were at NRF, a CEO of a very well-known company came in and he said, "This is the future." And one of our guys said, "It's not the future, it's already happening."
Yeah.
That was very cool.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's kind of yesterday in a lot of ways, like when you think about it. All right. So keep going. So talked about route optimization next.
Yeah, so route optimization, I'm sure we'll touch upon AI, which has been the hottest topic forever. But route optimization is basically just a way to enhance your middle mile transportation operation. And it basically helps you get more consistently to customers the products that you're trying to ship to them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you think about it, ultimately it's an AI powered software because there's a lot of optimization. Optimization needs data, and data needs AI ML to make it consistent and at scale. So, in fact, we even won an award for this. It's called the Franz Edelman Award for this technology that when we launched it internally. So, again, this is also something that is at scale at Walmart, running in all our middle mile solutions. And with route optimization, you get a whole lot of things, whole lot of things. But at the core of it, it's automated route mapping. You don't have to, especially if you have cold chain compliance or if you have other products in
Oh
your
my
truck that
God,
you're
yeah.
carrying, where you need to make sure it gets from point A to point B in a certain time, you do not want to mess with the route at that point in time. So we automate route mapping. We also enhance trailer loading efficiency. So if you know what is being loaded into the trailer, such that this is when you take it out, you can actually load the trailer more efficiently. You can also strategically plan your inventory pickup. So as you're doing a return trip from a delivery, you can actually do pickup so that you have minimum trailer idle time. And then finally, I'm particularly passionate about this because I'm also on the board of the Walmart Foundation. And to me, sustainability, regeneration is very important. And if you do this the right way, if you're optimizing routes the right way, you ultimately reduce your carbon footprint, which again, I think that's a great example of stakeholder, right? Because planet is our stakeholder.
Right, right. And again, and is this just in you? This is throughout the world, right? If I'm not mistaken, too.
Yeah.
Like this is taking this technology and your understanding of how routes work and everything that's involved in them, not just in the US, but throughout the world, right?
That's right. That's right. In fact, even Store Assist, that's a great call out, Chris. Store Assist as well is doing really well in Europe at this time. So all of the tech that we are building is for use across the globe.
And it's already being deployed by Walmart. Like I think it's important to
It's
reiterate
battle
there
tested.
that it's not just route optimization. It's route optimization for every Walmart trailer that's going back and forth across the globe, really.
That's right. And yeah, and if, for example, you're a fleet management company, right?
Yeah,
Or
right.
anybody who has trucks, it doesn't have to be a retailer. Anyone who's running trucks, anybody who's running a fleet can actually utilize this.
Well, Anshu, I thank you already. You've given us so much knowledge. I want to close this out because we have this very unique opportunity to tap you for your expertise and especially the trends and developments that you're seeing in retail technology. I have to ask, like, what's exciting you right now the most? How are you thinking about where the future is going? You mentioned AI, which I imagine is a component of that. But how are you looking at these trends and developments and then setting up Walmart Commerce Technologies to help capitalize on them for Walmart and then for the retail partners that you have as well?
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm just chuckling at AI because Chris, I don't know if you remember when we were at Shop Talk and talking metaverse. I think
Yeah.
I'm the only panelist who was not so hot on metaverse. And then you asked me this question. I was like, I don't know. Should I refute everybody else? No.
Right. It's hard to be on stage and be the poo or the person that's down on
Yeah.
the technology. But hey, you got to tell it like it is. That's why we've always
Yeah.
respected you too.
Which is why I think AI, I'm totally on the AI bandwagon.
Are
And
you?
I think there is still some time for the tech overall to mature across all the different use cases where it can be deployed. But we have already started on it. Route optimization, I mentioned, uses AI at its core. We've been using AI extensively, I would say, at least for the last 7 years or so. And so obviously the biggest trend is going to be application of AI and machine learning in pretty much every aspect of a business, whether
Okay.
you're a retailer, whether you're a CPG company, whether you are, a luxury brand, or whether you're a medical supply company, doesn't matter. We will find AI applications pretty much across every industry. And we're obviously seeing, in pharma, in gene discovery and therapeutics, we're already seeing that. And of course, in retail, we have several examples. If you haven't checked out, you should check out generative AI-based search that we launched at walmart.com.
Right.
We announced it at CES, but it's really cool because as a customer, it can help you build out a basket of products by prompting you with a use case based scenario versus a search based scenario. So for example, and you have a little one, let's say you're planning a party
Mhm.
and you say, I want a construction related birthday party.
Right.
So what do you need? You need birthday candles, you need paper plates, you need all these things, which maybe obviously you have the 5 top ones, but if you forget, generative AI will actually help you get there. So that's on the customer side. And of course, there's a lot of work that needs to get done on the workforce management side,
Oh,
which we're just
yes.
scratching the surface of.
Oh,
Again, at
wow.
Walmart, we've implemented Me at Walmart, which is amazing because it helps you with task management and whatnot. And again, that's all AI driven. So I think the first and the foremost trend is application of AI machine learning pretty much anywhere and everywhere. The second one is omni-channel experiences, but I'm going to take it a step further and say adaptive retail. You guys might
Okay.
have heard it, but adaptive is, it doesn't matter what the channel is, it doesn't matter where the customer is shopping.
Mm-hmm.
We want to meet the customer in the flow where they are without making them do an action which is non-intuitive for them. So there's going to be this seamless blending that will continue of online, offline, social, whatever other, maybe metaverse comes back, who knows. All these things that you can combine and make it super, super seamless for a customer so that they don't even have to think. So adaptive retail is the second one. Third one, this is ages old. I mean, as probably old as humankind is, but personalization.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the good news is, how is personalization going to be different now versus personalization 10 years ago when I was a big skeptic because I was like, oh, this is just a Excel model running a little bit faster. But I think
Right.
with the implementation of AI, it can really, really take on a lot more information, a lot more data, process it really, really fast, and actually give you multiple scenarios to choose from and correct real time. So that's why I'm really excited about personalization and what it can do. And also my pet peeve, with ads, can we actually make ads that are more helpful for me in the
Right.
context of what I am? So I think that'll be a quick fallout. And then finally, I mean, I think I'd be remiss if I did not call out regeneration or sustainability as a key trend, because I do think this is something which is getting so embedded with the new generation of people that are coming into the workforce that we have to continuously try out different ways, different means to integrate that into our ecosystem. And then finally, all of this for Walmart Commerce Tech, I think you'll continue seeing us pull in more from what we're doing at Walmart and continuing to offer some of these incorporation of trends into our products at Walmart. You'll continue seeing those coming out into the marketplace where other retailers and other companies can benefit from it.
You have the coolest job ever. Oh
I
my
know.
God. I'm so jealous of this.
I know. I know.
So, I mean, this job is so cool. I mean, and you get to think about all this and then you get to productize it given the strength and success of what you're seeing working at Walmart again. That's the key point of this. Like, it's very informed in terms of, if you do it the right way, it's very informed in terms of where you want to take the product development. I just love that, Anshu. I don't know. I'll give you the last word on that, but anything you want to say there on that?
No, I agree. I think we all are approaching this with a growth mindset. Let's invest, let's learn, let's make sure that we do the right thing. Let's be customer centric. Let's make sure we have the best products out there that our retail partners, our B2B partners would love to use. And at the end of it, make sure we all have fun because this is a new space. This hasn't been done before. There are a lot of companies that do this, but nobody has the insight into retail as we do. So
Mhm.
let's have fun while we're doing this. And of course, you get to work with amazing people who are on the team and then, get to chat with you guys
Mhm.
and get you so excited about this.
Yeah.
Maybe, you should come join me sometime.
Yeah, I know. Hey, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I
Yeah,
know.
and there's a lot of companies that are scared to try it too, and for sure there are. So, oh man. Well, I speak for Ann and for myself too. That was great. We always love whenever we get the chance to talk to you, and I, for one, have been dying to learn more about Walmart Commerce Technologies. I'm curious, is there an acronym for it too? Is it WCT? Like, how do you talk about it internally, Anshu?
Oh, we do say WCT,
Do you say WCT? I was curious.
but
Okay.
now I have to think about it because if you're going to ask me for an acronym, I feel like I need to have a cool one.
Cool.
Chris is already trying to make his way in on Shu. He's trying to know the
Oh yeah.
acronyms. He wants to know all the lingo so that he's ready to go.
WC
He's ready to shape the future of retail, and so
Yes.
am I. So yes, I'm
Yes.
all in. I'm all
That's
in.
right. We're doing it one podcast at a time. But yes, but But, you know, I've wanted to talk about it for a long time, and I both have. It's an initiative from which, you know, as you've probably listened to those watching from this podcast or this webinar, really, it's an initiative from which a lot of retailers can learn. And so, you know, lastly, I'll say again, just a reminder, like I said at the outset, if you're going to be out at Shop Talk Europe, June 3rd through 5th, stop by the Walmart Commerce Technologies booth. You can learn more. You can also say hi to us. We're going to be live streaming from there all show long across 2 full days. We're going to get the best of the best retail executives to interview with us at the show, as we always try to do. So, Anshu, just one more time, thank you so much for spending time with us today. I know how busy you are. We are so, so thankful.
Never too busy for you, Chris. But thank you
Oh.
for having me. And Anne, of course.
Thanks, Anshu. That wraps us up, everybody. Thanks again to Anshu for sitting down with us today, and all of you who joined us live on LinkedIn. And on behalf of all of us here at OmniTalk, as always, be careful out there.